Officer Tabies walks up to the handcuffed man for transport, then suddenly slams him to the ground for no reason. Once on the floor, the officer says,
Why'd you fall? Why'd you fall?
Despite the body cam showing clear force, Tabies later claimed the man fell on his own. Tabies was charged with felony misconduct and misdemeanor battery. He was placed on leave, but still hasn't faced conviction or consequences.
What's up, my PBM family? What's up? PBM presents another episode of Old School Cops. I'm riding two-man unit tonight. I got my bro, who is one of the best in the game in law enforcement. He's been doing it since the 80s. He first started out his law enforcement career on Rikers Island, the largest jail in the country, and then he switched over and became a police officer. He did amazing work as a police officer. He became a detective. He did some sergeant work. When I tell you, he knows the community, he knows law enforcement, and with the knowledge of being from the community, he just skyrocketed and had an amazing career in law enforcement. So you got a really good two-man unit tonight. Shout out to my supporters. I thank y'all for really, sharing, liking the videos. Y'all continue to send videos. So how it works is you send the video, then the squad will give their assessment based on their training experience in reference to whether the officer did correct, did wrong. We'll critique it based on our knowledge in law enforcement. This particular video, it is what it is. There's no right to what the officer did. He had a handcuffed subject. He's walking over to the car. Then he just slams him on the ground. People say, just listen to the officer, just comply. You don't have to listen to you're being escorted you're in the custody of police. There is no listening that he could have done that will have changed the outlook of this. The officer chose to take a handcuffed subject and then slam him on the ground, causing injury, causing the taxpayers to pay $1.5 million in a lawsuit for bad policing. So for all you and I'm really starting to really think. A lot of people say, "Oh, play silly game, win silly prizes." Those are the suckers growing up. Those are the people who was bullied. Those are the people who don't understand, right? Police, we have a standard that we have to live. We have to perform by. There's policies, there's procedures. We just can't go around just beating people up. And you guys who say win silly game, win stupid prizes, who didn't defend yourselves growing up, what you do is living through these bad officers, giving payback to the people who used to beat you up, and now taxpayers are paying 1.5. Law enforcement is a professional. It's a professional job, right? It's supposed to be professionals who are accepted to go out and serve a community, right? They give them training. They give them SOPs. They give them laws. You have to police within those confines. And if you can't do that, this is not the job for you. It's not. Look what happens here, because the guy probably was talking crap, right? Talking crap. It's in the Constitution. His right is in the Constitution. He could talk. He's in custody. He's in handcuffs. He's walking. The cop didn't like what he said, so he slammed him on the concrete. Then lied about it, said he fell. It was clear as day on camera. So you got a guy who's given tremendous amount of powers, right, to take a life, to take freedom, issue summons, detain you, and he's just violating all type of policies, all type of rights. So just think about it when you see someone like this just tarnish the badge. And so this guy should be charged. It looks like he got charged. That's what the article says. I want to see this guy go to prison. I want to see him go to jail. I want to see jail time or something like this. Like, first of all, the taxpayers that had to put the bill for it. There was no dime that came out of his pocket at all. He didn't have to pay anything. So that's why when we had these conversations talking about how do we hold that officer accountable, I think the idea of having officers have their own insurance, right? Just like car insurance. If you're not at fault, the insurance company, they take care of you. They'll handle it. Whatever it is, they take care of it. But when you're at fault, then it's on you. The officer is being negligent, just like this. And I'm not talking about mistakes. I'm talking about you just blatantly just It's like this guy. I got him in cuffs. I'm gonna blatantly just slam him. He should be held accountable, not only on a criminal aspect, on a civil aspect too. There should be some kind of punitive damages, financial damages that come straight from that officer. That's just me. That's my take on it. Detective Sergeant, what do you think about it?
If I, first of all, show me the resistance. I didn't even see any resistance. All I saw was an officer committing an assault on an individual. And again, you are trained to deal with people who are intoxicated, under the influence, who have mental disabilities. When you respond, you deal with these individuals with the care and protection of life, not with some sort of a, you don't talk to me this way.
Right,
It's a job. Can you imagine? Can you imagine that you're a doctor and someone comes into your facility and they wake up out of a drunk or mental or a drug stupor and they start swinging wild? You don't assault them. You tie their arms down and you do what you need to do to administer the medical treatment to get them in their proper states. Police officers receive the same training. They receive the same training. So there's no excuse for that behavior. And as far as the insurance that you're talking about, absolutely. There's no free bill where I can assault you and the taxpayers pick up. When that money, $1.5 million, I would like that money to go for security, lockdowns, and cameras for school kids.
Mm-hmm.
It should not be going to a free bill for somebody to pay for some kid.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. They need to change this and make officers accountable. If you take the job and you swear under oath, you're there to protect everyone. You receive the proper training, and that's what you do. That's what you do for all. So, yeah, this individual should be arrested. He should be going through the legal system, and he should be, again, when he's in the legal system, based on what he's done, there should be records kept so where he can't enter another police department.
Yep.
Unfortunately, the Trump administration decided to eliminate all of that so individuals can, skip and go to another police department. That's a serious problem because now we have a whole nother situation in policing that we have to deal with. And people, please pay attention to what's going on in the current times that we're living in.
100%. You heard it from the two-man squad. Listen, we all know what we're dealing with. There's no guarantee that you're going to come across officers like me and Tone who understand the nature of the job and not going to be abusing people. Like, that just doesn't make sense. You out here, we didn't grow up getting bullied, so little things didn't bother us. If you had something to say, yeah, well, we will talk a little bit of shit back to you, right? No doubt. But nobody was standing behind a badge and just because I have the power and authority to beat your ass and get away with it, we just gonna do it. That's just not how that job works. Even though you have seen it, but that's not the correct way of policing. At the end of the day, your job is to get home safe to your family. Be careful when you have in contact with the police because you don't know which one, whether it's going to be the guy that you just saw slam the guy in cuffs or me and Tone. You don't know which one. So be safe. Take the L on the street because the officer has the home court advantage. Your vindication is in the courtroom. Officers are getting charged like you see now. They didn't give a disposition of the outcome, but you see, I didn't like the fact that he's still on the job. They say he was suspended. I get it. They tried probably waiting for the outcome of the case, then terminate him. But at the end of the day, your fight is in the courtroom. Please make it home and be safe. See you next video.